Something massive has just happened in the world of crypto, and almost nobody is paying attention. SEC Chair Paul Atkins just said on a Fox Business interview that within 2 years, he wants every US market to be on chain and tokenized. Guys, if this is true, the entire financial system is about to melt into blockchain rails fast. So here's what we're going to do. On this channel, we need to do our research. We need to be informed. So we're going to go look at the video clip of Paul Atkins on Fox Business talking about this, and then we're going to come back and we're going to see what it all means. This clip is 3 minutes. Watch it all. Learn and listen to what he's saying. Then we take that information and we turn it into actionable intel, which we can use to make a profit. So let's pull up the video and let's listen to Paul Atkins talk about how he wants to get all US assets and all the markets on chain within 2 years. Here we go.
Tokenization is the idea of using then smart contracts or tokens on chain to be able to that represent, say, an underlying security. And so then that tokenized security is a security and would be subject to SEC rules by law. But the idea is that if it's on chain, on a blockchain, then there's much more transparency as to where it is. Right now, there's a bit of opacity as to who owns what and where the company usually doesn't even know where its who its shareholders are and where the shareholders reside, where the shares reside. So tokenization has the benefit of potentially having, instead of T+1 now trade date +1 for clearance and settlement, the prospect of maybe T0 now, depending on the instrument, and we have to think about netting and all sorts of other things with respect to some instruments. But in principle, the idea of on-chain delivery versus payment and receipt versus payment, DVP, RVP on-chain, is a prospect of de-risking the markets, making them much more transparent and then sure as far as clearance and settlement, because it's always that the gap between clearance and settlement and then delivery and payment is the real introduces risk into the system.
Do you expect this is where financial services is going? Are the major banks and the brokers out there today moving increasingly toward tokenization?
Oh, absolutely. And it's the way the world will be, here in the, maybe not even in 10 years, maybe even a lot less time, maybe a couple of years from now. So I think that all of this modernization of the markets, I think, is good. And the trouble that we've seen here over the past few years is that the SEC, unlike historically, it never was necessarily at the vanguard of pushing new innovations. It was always a little bit behind the market, of course. But here recently, it's been almost standing athwart the marketplace, and as it's as all these new innovations were coming about. So that's no more. We're actually embracing it, and I believe that we need to be embracing it to keep the United States at the forefront as far as cryptocurrencies and whatnot. There were really only 2 countries in the world here in the last few years that were working to make cryptocurrencies illegal, and that was Communist China and the U.S. through the SEC. So that's changed. It's a new day now, and so we want to embrace this new technology.
All right, guys, you heard it there. When the SEC chair says this is not speculation, it's a warning shot, guys. This isn't about crypto trading. It's about tokenized treasuries, settlement rail upgrades, cross-border liquidity, and real-time clearing for the global economy. Think of it like this. The old financial system is like a fax machine sending money. The new one is instant messaging, text messaging. Boom, shows up immediately. Money that moves at the speed of data. Think of that. Money that moves at the speed of data. Every major bank, exchange, and payment network knows what's coming. And if they don't get on chain, they're going to get left behind. Now, we know on this channel we like XRP. So let's just dive into a little bit on why XRP is perfectly positioned for this new transition. Let's cut through the noise. Among all the crypto projects out there, only a handful were built from day one for institutional grade settlement. And none of them, or one of them, maybe the most important, is XRP. And why does it stand out? It was built with a purpose for large-scale financial settlement. It has high throughput with deterministic finality at near zero cost. Is built to integrate with and is currently integrating with banking infrastructure. It's been used in real-world cross-border payments. It has proven resilience and uptime. While most crypto is chasing narratives, XRP was designed from the beginning to solve a real trillion-dollar liquidity problem and move value across the world instantly and efficiently. Guys, this shift is happening faster than people think. And here's the crazy part. Everyone thinks this shift to on-chain markets is 5 to 10 years out. But what did we just see? Paul Atkins, he's openly saying 2 years. Banks are integrating into tokenization tech. Treasuries are going on-chain. Stablecoins are exploding in volume. And settlement systems are quietly being rewritten behind the scenes. This isn't a future prediction. It's already happening and it's accelerating. So, what do we do about this? Research. You have to research. Go research what tokens are going to play a part in bringing the entire stock market and financial system on chain. Because a massive on-chain migration is coming, and it's coming way faster than people expect. One of the tokens to look at is XRP. It's one of the only assets built to actually support all of it at a global scale. So if you're watching this, you are early, but things are moving fast. So stay locked in. Big things are coming.